Going on, Joe fans? Centex Collector here with another 3D printed classified scale, this time of the Armadillo. Here's the 1/18 scale. This is the 25th anniversary, not the OG, but here's the 25th anniversary for scale and reference. You can just see, it's crazy how big 1/12 scale is compared to 1/18, even though it's just basically 3 3/4 to a 6-inch figure. But let's get into it here.
Something mighty big went down here.
Original driver was Steeler. Of course, we don't have a Steeler yet, but we can pop in clutch. And just for size comparison, so you can see he fits in perfectly there. You throw in some stickers if you wanted to, like 25th had. And then you can see this moves, and you got the row bar here with the foot pegs. So here's the row bar as well. And this rotates, not as good as the 25th, but we'll get into that. And the foot pegs here are actually sized pretty well. They're not a snug fit, so you can actually put it on here without having to worry about breaking. Actually, I guess they are a good fit. Just have to be careful because this is PLA, but if it's PETG, you won't have to worry too much, or ABS. But you can see, yeah, 2 Joes that could fit on there just fine. Holding on to back here. So let me take them off to make sure I don't snap off that peg, because this is going to go up on my eBay. I'm not going to keep this one. So you can see this is the same green as the Skyhawk that I printed. And I'm pretty happy with the quality of most of this. The only thing, we'll get into the tracks, but you see here I made this black, here's was silver, and the original was the same green. Here you see toe hooks. So what I did here is the model I got had basically the toe hook holder and 2 of the toe, I guess, spools you would call it, and then the hooks. So I just got some, I don't want to say this was yarn, but I forget what this is, but basically just wrapped this, there's 2 of these, so tied it and wrapped it, and then I took a piece of filament to slide it through and just bend it back a little bit to basically hold these in place, so you could easily take that out if you wanted to. And this will come out, but it doesn't have a real good mechanism to wind and unwind, so I'm just going to leave that as it is. And then on this one, probably same as the OG, but you can see these go up together in unison, as with these operate separately. So I'm not sure why that's so rinky-dink like that, but yeah, these operate separately. I don't know why. They were working fine. There we go. But yeah, these work separately. You could probably, if you wanted to, you could probably, because I didn't glue these in, so you can actually pull these out, and you could use like some clear nail polish if you wanted some more movement in there. But anyway, and I always try to print so that way any, hide all this stuff, you won't see it because it's down here, but this all printed out smooth. But biggest thing for me was just the tracks. The tracks are movable in essence, like not really so much rolling that way, like, I guess, because when I printed 100%, it was too tight, and I was breaking this, either this one or that one. I was breaking this, So I printed at 103%, that was too big. 102% was too big. So I probably need to read, if I were to do another one, probably need to do it at 101%. But anyway, they will move, but you can see it affects the tank turret, because the tank turret, since it is too big, the tank turret's sitting on top of this because they're not as tight as I would like. And you can kind of see it there where this isn't as tight as I would like. So, but for the most part, it's just more of I would say it's more display than functional. I mean, they function, as you can see, but definitely more display than function. But they both roll. Not as clean as I would like, but it works. You know, just like this, it's functional as well. So overall, I'm happy with most of the print quality on here. See some issues here and there, particularly on the bottom side. But like this rail printed really well, but for some reason these didn't go down. I probably could cut those, but anyway. But overall, I'm pleased with how this came out. Definitely be an awesome display piece, especially if somebody makes a custom steeler. And it holds, like I said, it'll hold 3 figures perfectly well, as you saw. Right here we have clutch standing next to it. So, I mean, this thing is definitely an awesome display piece, but I'm more of a Cobra guy, and you could buy, pretty sure Bad Mother probably has stickers for these if you want to print stickers. But man, it came out good, and it's definitely a cool little like mini tank. There wasn't a whole lot of pieces to print, so you had the front here, this back you had to glue. That's why you can kind of see like a different color shift, because this I printed 90 degrees and this I printed horizontal. Had this back bar piece, that's 1, 2, 3. This top piece for the 2 guns. 7 of these little, I guess you would call them wheels on each side. So 14 wheels. 2 tank tracks or treads. These 2 hooks. And then these 2 pieces. The spools, I guess you would say. Then this 1 piece. These 2 pieces. So not a whole lot of parts that had to be printed. The main thing was this tread. I just got tired of printing it over and over and over, so I could have tightened this up, but I just wanted the project to be done at this point. I don't want to waste a whole lot of TPU, because these treads are done in TPU, like a rubber like, as you can see. Hence you get the rolling mechanism there. As with the rest of this, this was done in Bambu Lab Matte Dark Green, Bambu Lab Matte Charcoal. So you don't, it's black, but it's like a charcoal, so I may need to look into like a midnight black or a darker black. I probably use basic black, but I don't want that glossy. I still want it to have that matte. But yeah, so all it was basically 2 colors. Yeah, 2 colors, green and black. So it's a fairly easy print, especially if you're getting into vehicles. The hardest part is instructions. There are none. You just have to figure it out. So thankfully, you know, like I had this 25th anniversary for reference. This one you see here had these wheels. As with this one, it's I guess if I printed it tight, it probably would have been rollable, maybe, but at least semi-functional. But I had this as a reference, or you could use like yojo.com or 3djoes.com as reference. That way I can get the colors right for the most part. But yeah, this thing, the more I look at it, I mean, as far as a display piece, I mean, this thing is definitely awesome, like a little mini tank, because I mean, just this was definitely considerably mini compared to, let's say, like the Hiss tank back in the day. you know, his tank dwarfed the Armadillo. But then when you look at this Armadillo, you know, I mean, obviously his tank's gonna dwarf this, but let's take a look at, I sold my Vamp, and I just kept clutch, but let's pull out the Stinger and see how the Stinger looks to that. And I don't have my original Stinger anymore, sold it off, but you can see the Armadillo holds its own against the Stinger. So yeah, I'm digging how that came out. I like the matte look. Yeah, guys, there's another project in the books. The G.I. Joe Armadillo. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. I take that back. Actually, I'm in the process of printing the Dreadnought cycle, and then I'll probably do the Wolverine. So I'm just on the roll, having fun. Like I said, this is going to go on my eBay store. Probably throw up the Buzzboard here pretty soon. I finally threw up the Shark after I got done with the clear canopy. The Dreadnought cycle I'll probably keep for myself, depending on, I'm using the different blue for the Dreadnought cycle, so depending on how the blue look, I'll probably keep that. But yeah, here you go, guys. The Armadillo. Like, comment, subscribe. JJ out.